Hello out there, EBC land.
This is Anaya.
And Mr. Shu coming to you with this week's lesson overview.
Drop us a line telling us where you're watching this from today.
Have you ever played that game where you're blindfolded and someone is telling you where to go only by giving you directions? Like take 2 steps to the right and 1 giant step to the side or to the left?
We have all done that before. The thing about that game is that you must trust the person that is giving you the direction. The trust must be there to ensure you do not bump into a chair or even trip over something on the floor.
Yes, there's a certain degree of fear in that same game because you aren't in charge. But when you trust the person giving the directions, it makes it so much easier.
Following God's voice is the same thing. When you trust His voice and release all your fears, you will find that you will go so much farther with a lot less issues and problems.
Just by yielding to His voice. This week's lesson overview is called God's Voice Guides Our Directions.
In this lesson, students will learn how trusting God and His Word is an essential step to following His calling for our lives.
From the example of the Bible's wisdom literature, students will understand the context of the Proverbs and see how the wisdom of the ancient Israelites always came back to a consistent theme, which is trusting God.
After considering how much teachers can sometimes make us do things that don't make sense at the time, students will consider how God may be teaching them to trust Him through their current circumstances.
Finally, students will consider how it is to trust God in their lives by talking with older believers and hearing their stories. Here's this week's opening questions.
What is wisdom and where does it come from?
The second question is, who's the wisest person that you know? Why do you think he or she is so wise?
We look forward to reading your comments to this week's question. Have a great week, family.
Peace.